Torug Driptongue was born beneath the shadows of a twisted grove on the outskirts of a long-forgotten world. His entrance was marked by a tumultuous storm, an omen the elders of his tribe, the Bonecrush clan, believed presaged dark events. Torug's early life was steeped in the brutality of his land and kin, but a single night would chart a different path for him. When he was a child, he became lost in the forest during a hunt, wandering until he encountered an ethereal specter whispering forgotten myths of realms beyond mortal comprehension. This encounter left a deep impression, igniting his fascination with tales of otherworldly horrors and the supernatural, an interest that set him apart from his peers, focused solely on survival. Unlike the rest of his tribe, Torug found solace in stories. He would sit by the campfires, weaving words into vivid tales that danced within the fire's flicker, attracting the attention of even the most hardened ogres. His captivating narratives began to earn him a reputation, though it wasn't just the stories themselves that captivated. It was as if the shadows themselves were alive, responding to his exaggerated gestures. One fateful night, as he recited a particularly intense tale, his words unknowingly summoned an ancient and malevolent presence, the Undead. The Undead, a specter trapped between life and death, was drawn to Torug's potential to weave stories with a supernatural edge. The specter saw in him the makings of a worthy apprentice, a figure who might one day unravel and fulfill its forgotten destiny. In a clandestine pact, the Undead offered Torug power, arcane knowledge, and uncharted potential in exchange for servitude. Torug, fueled by his desire to escape the mundane brutality of his life and exceed tribal limitations, accepted despite a lingering sense of foreboding. Empowered by his pact, Torug reinvented himself as the bogeyman, spinning tales that filtered into nightmares, seeping beyond the Bonecrush clan into the very fabric of nearby settlements. Yet, even as his renown spread, Torug grappled with an inner conflict, a fear of the darkness he wielded against an unyielding ambition for power. The dualities of his entertainer persona and the nascent shadows within created a constant struggle between indulgence and restraint. In his travels, Torug encountered a troupe of misfits and outcasts. This band, made up of similarly marginalized individuals, found solace in his stories and power, creating an unexpected bond that echoed the familial ties he never truly experienced in the Bonecrush clan. Within the troupe, he discovered a support system that both challenged and refined his ambitions. A whimsical thief, an empathetic bard, and a wisecracking sorcerer became the balance to Torug's darker inclinations, providing moments of levity and counsel that often pulled him back from the brink. As Torug's influence grew, so did the weight of his pact with the Undead. Each tale he spun brought him closer to a precipice, the looming threat of darkness threatening to consume him. Whether it would lead to his ruin or redemption depended on his choices, the bonds he forged, and his comprehension of his patron's true intentions. With each performance, he questioned his end goal. Would he master the shadows and carve his own legend, or would he reject the specter's puppeteering strings to seek a path of light? Torug's journey was one of balancing power with caution, a delicate dance upon the edge of shadow, where every story was both a warning and a reflection of his soul.